What a nasty day to be grocery shopping, huh? And you guys are gonna have to carry all these groceries in the rain.
Nope.
Yep.
No, I don't.
Nope.
Yep.
We are loaded up and ready for the farmer's market tomorrow. As these plants get bigger and bigger, it's harder to fit them in the car. We had birthday cake for my birthday today. So I did a bit of organizing in the hoop house today. I took all of the trays and the shelving that was here, or shelving tables that were here, and moved them all back here. So I want to try to get this front area that has dirt floor cleared out as much as possible. I still need to move this pallet table back here. So back here I've got more, it looks so much more open. So all of my tomatoes are over here on this side. You can see all of them in various stages of growth. Some of these guys are just getting huge. Got cucumbers and some squash and things down here. All my peppers are over here. And then I still have some empty space. Of course, my tomatoes that are in the ground here in the center. I've got some miscellaneous stuff here on my wheel. And then in ground, I've got some zinnias and marigolds. And then I just tilled up this area to get it ready to plant my insurance plan, or plan B. It'll be some green beans and cucumbers and some peppers. And I will plant a few in here just in case the grasshoppers do come and annihilate everything that's outside. At least I will have some things that I can keep protected in here, because I will also have window screening along the sides and screen door put in and screen on the back window, and hopefully try to keep it as closed up as possible and protected from the grasshoppers. Still have some miscellaneous things here on the table. Some of the dill and cilantro that I just potted up and brought out here. When I pot things up, I like to put them underneath this sheet area because it's the most shaded. And so like my tiny little basil is over here. The things that are recently potted up are over here. I still have a bunch of these Cherokee purple tomatoes that need to be potted up. They're outgrowing their little tiny cells. And then here's some flowers that I just brought out here this morning. There's some straw flowers and more zinnias. And then these are the cucumbers that I will be planting in here. I have to figure out a way to trellis them. I may try to do the string trellis, kind of like I did with the tomatoes. I don't know if that'll work with the cucumbers though, but I may try that. So this is on the south side of the hoop house, and this is where I put the peppers. I've got 4 in each section, and there's 3 sections. These are all bell peppers. The middle section are all jalapeno, and then down here I did peppercini and cayenne. So hopefully these do all right. As the feed bags get wet on a regular basis, they're eventually going to start molding to the ground and will stay put and will eventually break down. This is the method I used around my cucumbers last year, and it worked really, really well to keep the weeds and grass from growing around the plants. Looks like a baby zucchini. I put 9 cucumbers that were left over in here, and they are fairly close together. And I went ahead and we're going to experiment with the string method of trellising. So I've got them tied up to the roof. I don't know over time if this string is going to be strong enough to actually support the weight, but we'll see. It's just an experiment, like I said. So eventually, as these grow, I'm envisioning an entire wall of cucumbers, but we'll see. So along with the cucumbers, I also put 3 peppers in here. There's 2 bell peppers and 1 jalapeno, I believe. And then I also did a row of green beans, bush beans. And then I got the first part of the perennial garden done. This will be the new entryway here into the garden. There will be a trellis with some vining, flowering, something. And then on either side there will be perennial beds where I will have all of these flowers are going in my perennial bed. So I've got some black-eyed Susans, Cape Daisy, hollyhocks, purple coneflower, there's bee balm, and then there's 3 different colors of the blanket flower. I also might throw some herbs in there. I saved back some thyme, and I'd like to put some peppermint in too, but I know that that can really spread, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. But that's my progress for today in the perennial beds. So hopefully this week we can get the trellis put in. I'll have the boys help me with that, and it's going to be exciting. Can't wait. These are my weeping willow babies that I had growing in a 5-gallon bucket of water at the base of one of our downspouts on the porch. And they were in that bucket for probably a good 3, maybe even 4 years. They certainly could have been planted out a long time ago, but I just never got around to it. And I believe they froze back and died a couple of times in that 3 or 4 year span. But these are the bits that grew back, and I've got 3 good-sized sections, and I'm going to plant them today. I still have 2 more in the bucket that I'll let grow a little bit bigger, and hopefully we'll plant them before they again freeze and die in the winter. I'm going to put the 3 weeping willows here along this fence line. I think that'll add some much-needed shade in the late afternoon and evening times from the west. So I think that'll be nice over time to have some weeping willows along here. Of course, hopefully I will get this fence replaced with something a little bit better than pieced together chicken wire between now and when they're too big to access the fence line. I think that'll be pretty neat. Hopefully they'll grow into some decent looking trees. They're kind of odd right now from being left in that bucket for so long, and they probably could use some shaping, but I'll wait until I get a little bit bigger for that. I'm not sure what this is. It looks like some kind of mold. It's at the base of one of our fruit trees. It's either a nectarine tree or an apricot tree. I can never remember. Doesn't look good. Itself looks like it's half dead. Lots of bare branches on it compared to its neighbor, which is full of branches. and leaves. Yeah, I think we're going to lose that tree. And there it is. It's not exactly perfect, but I think it's going to be beautiful. I already have some vining, flowering plants sprouting that I'll be planting on either side of it. I still have to figure out what's actually going to be the official gate. Right now I've just got a little piece of chicken wire running across it that I'll step over when I go in and out, just like I did down there on that side. But I was going to use this piece of cattle panel for the gate, but then we ended up making it wider than this. This would have been pretty narrow, I think. So I will use this somewhere else, and I will figure out something else to use for the gate over here. But I think it's beautiful, and I cannot wait to see this coming together. He's like wedged in that